What is the Nikon 1J4? The Nikon 1J4 is a very small interchangeable lens compact system camera that takes over from the Nikon 1J3. You get faster shooting, a higher res 18.4 megapixel sensor and a tweaked design for around £500 with kit lens. Small and simple is the name of the game here, and the Nikon 1J4 gets you the sort of shooting performance rivals like the Sony Alpha A5000 and Panasonic GF6 can't get close to. However, the fairly soft kit lens and small 1-inch sensor means it can't really touch them on pure image quality. Nikon 1J4, Design and Handling. For an interchangeable lens camera, the Nikon 1J4 is extremely small and light. A shade under 10 centimeters long and just 28.5 millimeters thick, it's extremely pocketable for a camera of this class. And at 192 grams its weight is more like a phone than a camera. Even with the standard 10 to 30 millimeters kit lens attached, the Nikon 1J4 isn't that big. It's a very compact package. It's also more expensive feeling than several other compact system cameras. Where the Sony Alpha A5000 is mostly plastic, the Nikon 1J4 has a metal frame that feels hard and high-end, and befitting of a £500 gadget. Out to make a good first impression. The Nikon 1J4 will go down well on the high street. It comes in white, silver, black and, for those after something a bit louder, a striking orange-red shade. Nikon has only tweaked the design a bit since last year's Nikon 1J3. The J4 is a slightly thinner, 9 grams lighter, and has slightly harsher edges. The once characteristic curves of the J series are now largely gone. It's less cuddly looking, but perhaps classier. As you might expect of a camera this small, the Nikon 1J4 does not have any kind of hand grip. It's quite a pure, simple little brick. Some of you may not like this approach, but we didn't find it much of an issue in use, thanks to the great build quality. Also sure to put off some of you, the Nikon 1J4 has virtually no physical controls. There's a mode dial, but even this doesn't have traditional camera modes. You won't find shutter priority, aperture priority and so on up here, but access to video capture, creative mode, the best moment burst mode and movie snapshot. The latter takes a photo and a 1-second video. Nikon 1J4, Screen. The Nikon 1J4 screen is good too. It's a rather standard 3 inches across, but is sharp and clear with 1,037K dots making up the picture. As well as offering a clear, bright image, the touchscreen is responsive and outdoors visibility is strong. Having a good screen is important when it seems unlikely that all that many Nikon 1J4s will be used with a viewfinder. There's no one built in, and nowhere to attach one on the top plate. There is a real missed opportunity in the J4's screen, though. It doesn't tilt, meaning you won't be able to see what you're doing when shooting at a weird or extreme angle. Adding a tilt function to the screen would probably make the Nikon 1J4 a bit chunkier, a bit less attractive, but if you care more about shooting photos than looks, it's a shame. Nikon 1J4, Features. Is anything else missing? The Nikon 1J4 does not have NFC, but despite being plugged into all sorts of cameras these days, it's not truly essential. NFC is used to pair up with phones and tablets to transfer data over Wi-Fi, and the Nikon 1J4 still has Wi-Fi, the important bit. As you'd hope of a camera with such a casual bias, the Nikon 1J4 has a few creative modes baked in. These include things like HDR and color pop, where a shot is made black and white except from a certain shade, for easy and